Hey, this is Rhett with testingtheory.com, and today I want to talk to you about how good A/B testers are just like master players of the old game Guess Who. There's a very important strategy you have to employ when you're trying to win the game of Guess Who. If you don't use this strategy, you will lose every time. It's the same with testing. If you don't employ this same strategy in your testing efforts, you'll lose every time. Now suppose we're playing the game of Guess Who, and the only questions I ask are you a person? For example, I might say, are you Sarah? Are you Joshua? Are you Andy? Are you Adam? Are you Noah? If I go through, and that's all I do for all my turns, I just ask specific questions about that person, I can guarantee I will lose more often than not. There might be sometimes I get lucky, and sometimes I might get the right person early on, but for the most part, you will lose. Now, if you've played the game of Guess Who, you know that the strategy is to eliminate as many people as possible by asking questions that apply to as many people as possible. One of the best questions I always ask at the very beginning is, are you male? If the answer is no, then most of the board goes down and all that's left is females. If the answer is yes, you still get all the females down, but that elimination process of asking a high-level question is what helps you get to the answer sooner. Another common question to eliminate lots of people is, do you have a beard? Some of the men have beards, many of them don't. All the women don't have beards. So the question of do you have a beard eliminates a large group of people with just a yes or no answer. Other questions that might follow this strategic sequence in the process of elimination during this game might be questions like, do you have a hat? Do you have a mustache? Do you have blonde hair? And by asking those strategic questions, at this point you would know that the person you have is Jake. Then you'd say, are you Jake? Excellent A/B testers employ this very same strategy to get success in their testing. They don't ask very specific questions to find a very specific answer. Those questions are too narrow. What you have to do to have good testing is you have to broaden the questions you're asking so the question helps you get a broader learning. Anytime you zoom in too fast and ask a granular question with your test, you're more likely to lose because you're not exploring the possibilities. You want to start with your highest level possible. So this is where you might start testing what's the best page flow for my visitors. And that may include starting on the home page, but maybe include starting on the landing page. The higher level you get, the more broad your question, the more likely you are to find a winner. Another really great higher level question is what's the best type of layout for the certain page? You could just zoom in really close and say, hey, what's my best CTA? Or what's the best image? Or what's the best title for this text? But those are so granular and it's neglecting the wider view of things that you could optimize on the page. A layout, however, takes into account all those subcomponents of the page. Now suppose you've optimized the flow and you've optimized the page layout. On the page you might have a hero banner. The hero banner has lots of components of the banner itself. It might have an image, it might have a title and some text and a call to action, and all these components of the banner itself are things you might ask a specific question about. Hey, what's the best title? What's the best text? But remember, if you optimize at a higher level and you say, how can I optimize the banner itself? You might do a multi-variate test on that banner to understand the elements, the influence of those elements. Again, the higher level you ask, the higher level you are, the more likely you are to ask a better question that will help you get more learnings and more wins faster to increase your conversion rate faster. So that's your quick tip for the day. Remember, optimizing and split testing and A/B testing is like being good at playing the game Guess Who. Don't ask very granular, specific questions over and over and over again. Make sure you're zooming out, asking broad questions that will help you learn about broad topics first. Once you know the broader things that work, then you zoom in where you find the value to eventually, you know that your person is Jake. And you know where the conversions are coming from, you know how to get those conversions, and you know the things along the way, the attributes, so to speak, that led you to the point of getting more conversions. Thanks for joining me. If you liked the video, give me that thumbs up so I know that it was valuable to you. And again, you can visit me at testingtheory.com where you can learn more about how to get better results with your testing. Remember that testingtheory.com is where you get better testing and more conversions.